Buonasera. Welcome everybody. I thank you all to be here this evening. The place where we are, a monomarca that we are going to open shortly, is not finished, not yet. We did a certain miracle to be here this evening. And it's really a pleasure after 3 years of COVID to be together without mask. It's really a goal, okay? So thank you again to be here. This evening we opened the season of our new monomarca. Probably most of you know about EMU. EMU is a company, is a producer company, 71 years old company. It's a story of production. That is our skill. And we did evolve time by time, following the tendency of the market. Today we're here to introduce you a new collection. It's a collection that brings back EMU in the wood furniture. EMU is mostly and deeply a metal producer company. But now we have again a wood collection, and Sebastian Herkner designed it for us. The monomarca will be managed by Interni. Interni is probably the most important dealer in Milan. It's a part of the group Ewart. They really support us opening this place, and they will bring us the expertise we don't have managing shop. It's their own shop. But this place is open for everybody of you that want to come to see our products, to see a full collection. Here, you can. Milano is the design city of the Italian design. So it's the district of the Italian design. It's a world city, it's a European city. It was important for us to be here with an important partner. I don't want to boring you with numbers, but EMU is a company today able to double the production we did in the last years. Just because we are producer and we invest a lot in production. We did really a big effort in automatization of our production. That's just because we strongly believe that to be able to follow the needs of the world, I mean, environment is the word of the moment. That means so much, but even nothing, if you don't do something to respect the environment. We do produce. We know we can certificate what we do. This is a main point. And the second point is we do produce lasting products. Anyway, our products are investment, are not just consumer products. When you have EMU products, these products last for a life. And we do work to make possible that every single piece can be replaced. Products has to last. That is our main target. So now I leave the word to Sebastian that will explain you the collection, and with the president of ADI, Mr. Galimberti, Professor Galimberti, they will face what has been the production with EMU to build a collection with EMU. Because we are proud to be producer. Okay? Thank you, everybody.
Buonasera. I'm sorry, but my English is very awful. E quindi parlerò in italiano, supportato da questa gentile valletta amica questa sera. Non conoscevo Sebastian di persona, l'ho conosciuto questa sera, conosco bene il suo lavoro, e la cosa che mi ha colpito di più è che non è un designer tedesco, in realtà. O meglio, non è un designer tedesco così come li conosciamo normalmente.
I knew Sebastian for the first time tonight, and I was quite surprised because it's not a German designer in the usual meaning we know the German designers, because we suppose it's quite he has a quite Italian approach.
E perché lo considero un designer italiano? E perché EMU ha chiamato e è riuscita a valorizzare così bene un designer tedesco? Perché credo che il design italiano sia la formula di design più inclusiva del pianeta. Non si è mai limitata a disegnare le forme degli oggetti, ma ha sempre cercato di costruire delle relazioni con il mercato. E in quest'ottica un designer tedesco può lavorare con un'azienda italiana e dire qualcosa di superiore al linguaggio tipico del design di ognuno di noi e per parlare al più intimo dell'uomo.
To me, the Italian design is the most inclusive way, is the most inclusive design all over the world because it has the ability and the expertise to include humanity, human capabilities, and also background and expertise, and it's the shape to translate also to translate shapes and concept in the same way. So I was surprised because it was really a chance for Imo to work with a German designer and let to this designer to express in typical Italian way.
Prima di parlare della collezione, a me piacerebbe ripetere qualche domanda che ci siamo fatti conoscendoci, perché secondo me è importante capire il carattere di Sebastian, la freschezza con la quale si pone rispetto alla vita e rispetto al progetto. Ad esempio, se disegni con la matita o col computer.
Before to start with the real talk, I was to have briefly a few questions to know the person of Sebastian. And the first question I asked him was, did you sketch or do you use computers for your projects?
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm very happy to join this opening and congratulations to EMU for the first monobrand showroom here. Well, I'm a very analog, traditional person, so I really enjoy sketching with a pencil, with a pen on white paper, and because for me there's a much bigger freedom than to draw on the computer, because with the drawing on the computer you have to decide already left and right or which scale or curve, and with the handwriting it's much more personal, it's much more from the heart, and I think sometimes it's also the intuition or maybe a little mistake in the drawing which gets you to another level and a nice detail. So it's much more intuitive and personal, definitely a hand sketch, and this is always the starting point. It's like a handshake.
Mi dicevi che ti consideri un homo faber. Che cosa vuol dire essere homo faber in Germania e in Italia o nel mondo ormai?
What do you mean to be an homo faber in Italy, but also all over the world?
Yeah, well, a homo faber is a craftsman. He has something very specific in mind. He has a specific technique he can work with. I was one of the curators actually at the Homo Faber exhibition in Venice, and this showed really the beauty of craftsmanship, what people, human beings, are able to do. So of course there's a lot with robots. There also at EMU at the production there's about 3D printing and artificial intelligence and so on. But in the end, it's a human being who gives a soul and senses and something very specific and a certain beauty to the products.
Great, thank you.
Sebastian suona il violino, io suono la chitarra, ci siamo già dati un appuntamento per fare un duo. Io credo che chi suona uno strumento musicale abbia una sensibilità diversa. Hai trattato questo legno di questa collezione davvero come un violino. Raccontaci un po' da dove nasce questa tua attenzione al legno.
So Sebastian plays violin and Mr. Galimberto plays guitar. So they already arranged a concert in a few days. So you are all invited. But the first perception is that Sebastian took the wood and treated the wood like the wood of Twins collection, like the wood of the violin, with the same human touch and the soft touch, and softens in the same way. Tell about this sensation and this feeling by your side.
Yeah, well, I think for design, and especially now with the Twins collection, this is something very new for EMU, really, to use teak wood, a natural material. And for me, I think it's very important to bring the nature home. And it's a collection which is working, of course, on the terrace on the countryside house, but it's also something which could work on a terrace on Bosco Verticale, so smaller terrace, and to bring the nature home. And I think it's the nature is something you want to grab, you want to touch. And this is also about, for example, the armrests of the product. They are very smooth. They are something really you want to touch. It's about tactility. They are very smooth. And I think that's something we sometimes also miss, especially during lockdown when we locked at home, really to touch things, the nature. And I think it's always a very special, intimate moment if you can experience something.
Parliamo spesso di sostenibilità. Il prossimo Compasso d'Oro, che si celebrerà il 20 di giugno, per la prima volta ha come titolo Sviluppo sostenibile responsabile. Quanto è davvero importante nel tuo lavoro la sostenibilità, la responsabilità, e quanto in questa collezione sei riuscito a inserire questi concetti? Troppo spesso si parla di sostenibilità come greenwashing, invece quanto è importante per te questo aspetto?
We hear often talk about sustainability, but it happens that it's several times could be for greenwashing, you know. But it's a quite important and relevant topic in this moment, not only for design, but all over the world. And the next Compasso d'Oro that will take place and will celebrate the 20th of June here in Milan is named Sustainable, in Italian? Okay, Responsible Sustainable Development. So how much it's really important to you, this topic, as a guideline for your product development, for your concept ideas?
You know, I run my business or my studio for 15 years, and it's in Offenbach, a city next to Frankfurt, and it was the German leather city dedicated to leather production, and leather disappeared like 15 years ago, the production. And I realized that there was the link was gone, which was connecting all the people, the family. So there was always someone working in leather industry. And I realized that craftsmanship is something very, very strong and important. Just think about Murano without glass. So there's really something missing in Venice. And this is also kind of sustainability, to keep the social sustainability, the knowledge of the craftsmanship alive and support it. But of course, the other level is also, where's the production? And I'm really big fan of EMU because they work in their own facilities, they are very strong in metal, they invest in new machines, in robots, and they're really experts in it. So they have the control of the production. And I think this is also a huge sign for sustainability as well as the quality. So we need to see design as an investment for our life, that it becomes a companion. This is another factor for sustainability, to have something which is a good, which is a treasure. It's not a thing. We should not buy things because things are irrelevant. We don't care. It's a trendy thing we throw away after a season. I think it's more important to invest in goods. There's the word good inside. So really something we want to keep with us, we really cherish. I think that's very important. And if maybe we move somewhere and it doesn't fit to our apartment anymore, we can give it over to someone else. We would never give over a thing, a stupid thing we will throw away, but something we really appreciate. We don't have a problem to hand it over to someone else.
Quanto è difficile per un tedesco lavorare con un'azienda italiana?
How much it's difficult or easy, on the other side, for German people to work with an Italian company?
Yeah, well, I work already for a long time with Italian companies in Italy, and the industry supported me already from the beginning. You know, I was 3 times at Salone Satellite with Marva Criven, so the first time like 2009. and it was a huge support, and now working with EMU already for a couple of years, and I actually don't know when we started, and I don't consider EMU as a client. It's become really a family, so it's my Italian family away from home, which is more important because we have a relationship now with Stefano, his family, with Fabrizio. We know each other already for a long time, and it's always nice to come to the company or to join a lovely dinner, and I think that this is very important nowadays, to have this close relationship, and if you have a good feeling with the partner on the other side, it will be also a good product. And sometimes journalists ask me, okay, which is the brand you really want to work with? And I really don't care. I met a lot of brands, but I didn't like the people behind. It's really about the people behind. It's on one hand, of course, CEO, artistic director, but it's also the people who are really doing the job. I come with a vision, with a sketch, with at the end also 3D files. But then there's the master like Fabrizio. I think he's not here. I haven't seen him.
Yes.
He's here?
He has to be here.
Yeah,
Fabrizio?
he's really the engineer, you know? He's really the hero. I come up with crazy ideas, but he needs to find the solution to fix elements together without a visible screw. And
During lunch.
For example, also when you go for lunch, they do a quick change, and then I come back with a full belly,
Qual è il suo piatto
secondi
preferito?
and dessert and the vino, typical Italian lunch.
Sebastian,
And then
which is your favorite dish, Italian dish? Truffle?
a truffle was nice, the one with limone, no? Recently in that
Risotto.
area. Yes, a risotto.
Truffle and lemon rice.
Yeah. But there are a couple of. Yeah. That's quite interesting. That's a big difference to German company. In Germany, you get maybe a sandwich for lunch. In Italy, you go like for 2-3 hours for lunch, and then you have half an hour to finish, and then the cab is coming to drive you back to Rome, in this case. And yeah, it's really about the family and the atmosphere and the welcoming and hospitality like we enjoy also tonight.
Qual è l'idea di partenza di questa linea? EMU nasce, se vuoi, ha una grande tradizione, non nasce, ma ha una grande tradizione di lavorazione del legno, che poi lascia, si specializza nel metallo e poi a un certo punto riscopre questo nuovo materiale che loro conosco bene. Qual è stata la tua idea? È stata più una tua idea o più una richiesta di EMU?
EMU was a former expert in the wooden producers as manufacturing skills, and during the years the company left this kind of field in terms of material and specialized about the metal production and manufacturing process for metal and steel, both, and aluminium. And right now we chose to have this wooden collection, and which is the design idea, and at the same time it's your idea. Your idea was depending on our request. You have to be honest on that, okay? Half and half, right balance.
True. And no, for me it was fantastic, of course, to bring the wood back to EMU together with the team. And I don't know if you mentioned the collection is called Twins. We are talking about today, and everyone know twins. They look similar or the same, and they grew up in the same family with the same philosophy, with the same education. But one day maybe they go different directions. So one will be maybe artistic, the other one will work in a completely different field. And it's similar with our collection now. You have the full teak version, but you have also the one which has a combination with the metal, the DNA also of EMU. And you can combine them together, but they can also stand by their own. And I think this, the name, which was the idea of Stefano, right? And it shows quite well the idea behind the designs. So it has something in common, but they have also their strong own personality.
Per anni c'è stata una divisione netta tra industria e artigianato. In realtà questo prodotto sembra una sintesi estremamente interessante tra un processo industrializzato e una capacità artigiana. Qual è il bilico nei tuoi progetti, in questo progetto, oppure quanto è più importante la parte artigianale e quanto è importante quella industriale?
For years, a difference between the industrialization process and the craftsmanship, the craftsman process existed. In this project, they seem to be merged. In your opinion, which is the balance between these two components, the craftsmanship or the industrialization?
Yeah, well, I think it's very important to consider the balance. We are living in a very fast world. It's a digital world, but on the other hand, we really enjoy meeting people again on a fair or like here in the showroom. And it's the same with the material. On one hand side, you have the robot welding and bending, but on the other hand, you have someone really polishing maybe the armrest, so the craftsmanship. So here's also with the material, you have industrial material like the metal, but you have also the natural side. And I think this shows quite well the situation we are all living in. It's about really the balance between tradition and innovation, craftsmanship and technology. And you find this balance perfectly in the world of EMU.
Spesso si confonde l'idea di qualità con l'idea di lusso, una cosa che viene raccontata come un prodotto alto di gamma viene identificato con un'idea di lusso. Qual è la differenza secondo te tra questo prodotto, tra qualità e lusso?
Often luxury and the quality are being considered overlapped. So, in your opinion, which is the quality, how can I say, the quality weight and the luxury weight in this collection? If they exist, of course.
Yeah, well, the quality, I think you need to test the product, which is more important. We can talk a lot about it, but you need to sit on the sofa or on the chair to really to understand the quality. And a lot of you, for sure, know over the years the quality of the products of EMU. And the luxury, yeah, actually, I don't like the word luxury, I'm more the premium one, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I think the collection gives you a lot of possibilities. You know, we have the different versions of twins, we have the different colors you can use, we have the upholsteries you can have, but it works perfectly also with the upholstery. So it gives you the possibility to use the product in many ways. And I think that's so interesting for interior architects or architects to use it in very different projects in a very different way, like different personalities. And the personalities come back again to the story of the twins. So we really wanted to create a very strong character.
Per te, Sebastian, qual è la location più adatta per accogliere questa serie?
For you, which is the ideal location to place this collection?
Perché io la vedo molto trasversale, addirittura in casa.
It's really crossing, but anyway.
Yeah, well, I hope
all
Emo
location
send me soon some so I can post the location from my studio at home. So I think what I said at the beginning, of course, the market are the big gardens also, but you have also your private homes in the city. You know, and this is very important also. You want to sit also outside in the city, you want to enjoy the balcony in a city. And outdoor is, of course, a kind of new indoor. And everyone was very happy during lockdown to have a terrace, a balcony, or a garden, or a countryside house. And I see it in many ways, like also in a restaurant. And yeah, we did so many possibilities. I was really blown away when Stefano asked me, okay, now do also a bigger sofa, because we did a lounge chair first, and then he came up, okay, now let's do really a relaxed sofa with big upholsteries, like you can see here all over there.
Una domanda tipicamente italiana, però secondo me è importante per capire quanto Sebastian faccia parte del Made in Italy. Quanto ti piace questa sedia?
It's quite a usual Italian question. How much do you like this chair? This your collection? Designed by you.
Honestly, I was so much looking forward to see it, and I think it was a huge privilege and honor to work on such a big collection, which is not normal, you know. And Stefano really, we started with the first sketch and drawing, then it came up, okay, let's work maybe also with teak, let's combine it, let's make a big sofa. So the collection was growing, and my team did really an amazing job. It's not me alone. So So I have an amazing team at the background who was working on the design, changing, and it was a very great collaboration and back and forth to get this really huge collection done.
3 aggettivi per descrivere questa collezione.
Say 3 words, 3 adjectives in a sort of way to describe this collection.
Well, definitely it's playful. It's definitely EMU, which is important to mention. I think that's really an EMU product because you can, it's more than 3 words, sorry, because you can combine it also with other collections. You see it also here with the tables by Stefan Dietz and other products. I think this is very important that you can mix and match with other products. And the third word, I think I give it to the audience. You really have to sit on it and test it, and I hope you fell in love with it like me. And
It's
Stefano also, right? And you.
It's an easy choice.
Yeah.
Ho detto lascio alla gente, all'audience scegliere il terzo aggettivo, è una scelta facile.
Ma io credo che se non ci sono domande dal pubblico, anzi, se qualcuno ha qualche curiosità, qualche domanda per Sebastian.
Angelica.
Any question by the audience to Sebastian?
Io credo che Sebastian oggi abbia raccontato uno degli ingredienti più importanti del design e del design in Italy, secondo me, che è il coraggio. Il coraggio e la passione insieme. Coraggio certamente delle imprese che credono in un giovane designer straniero e lo fanno proprio. Passione di Sebastian per il progetto, l'idea di progetto che va oltre i confini linguistici, oltre i confini, se volete, anche tecnologici, con nuove sfide. Quindi credo che tu sia veramente parte integrante del sistema Made in Italy. Io sono contento di essere stato qui questa sera con te. Grazie tante.
Grazie.
It's really happy. It was... Okay, I didn't translate.
Thank you.